Who's that? Oh, Susan. Wait, let me turn it around.
So yes, we are
Susan!
joined tonight to cover Mayhem Manor. So we're joined here tonight with
It's
Susan,
probably loud,
myself,
so I'm
Dustin,
going to cut
and
it off. But we're having a beach
who's
party.
ever
But
with
I'll
us. I
check back
can't
later.
tell. It's pretty dark out there, but
Love you guys.
Neville's such a great host.
mm-hmm. So, well, let's just start with things. So, Susan, the new season of Mayhem Manor is upon us, and we're here to kind of fill in people from the lack of coverage between like rounds and stuff throughout the weekend. So we'll be covering Mayhem Manor pretty in depth. Let's see here. Have you played Mayhem Manor yourself, Susan?
No, I have not. I did get asked to play season 2, which I couldn't because of a job transfer. And this season, I was just too scared of the COVID.
It happens, but I think they did a really good job of trying to prep the teams and prep the individuals. They did some great rule announcements earlier, and we can look back at the live and go over those specific rules. But it's hosted by Aunt Jackie's production, and they seem to be on top of things and had a lot of mask wearing, which I appreciated. I'm sure they have lots of hand sanitizer around the house, that's for sure.
They even have a registered nurse there with them to take people's temperature. And if you're feeling at all any kind of way, you can't leave the campus ground, which is that property. So there's no chance of you going to get smokes or some beer and you get it there and infect a whole house. So
that is fantastic.
A lot of good precautions. A lot of people, though, that were originally set to be cast couldn't make it here. The Canadians, Alex Viver all the way in Germany due to the pandemic. So it's still a great cast, but there was a lot more there that should have been, or a lot more should have been there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We spent some good time just the other night. I sat with Ame, I sat with Destiny and Riley. We went over some winner picks for us, so we're excited to see how that all pans out. We know our heartfelt condolences to Rachel. Rachel couldn't be there. She suffered an incident, so she's recovering, and that's good. She's okay. But it was pretty rough to see her like that. So Rachel, from especially the two of us, me and Susan here, we hope you the best. And just seeing the cast, I see there were some late minute people that couldn't make it as well. So there's some switch ups that we can talk about as well. So I'm excited to see who showed up.
So do you have any favorites out of the cast yet? I know you just got to meet them on the camera or whatever, but there's been weeks of them commenting, being announced, lots of drama.
Yes. So the four of us, we all chose our four essential winner picks, or at least our final four. Mine consisted of my hometown guy, Jake. He's from Grand Rapids. I'm from Grand Rapids, so I wish him the best of luck. Our comeback queen, Jerica from Adventure Coco Pele and Pirate Survival Expedition. I chose also Evie. She seems super nice by her picture. And she actually was probably one of our fan favorites from the four of us reviewing, even though we didn't know a ton about her. She captured our attention just by a picture. And, a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, I have the fortunate of knowing a lot of them. So you had a good picks. Good picks.
Thanks. My last one, though, was... Gosh, we just reviewed this the other day, too. My bottom left. I'm gonna have to bring those pictures up again just to make sure. Oh yes, of course. How could I forget? Nicole Spears from Totem Pole.
Oh, you know what? She is there. I did hear her. So she did show up as well. That was one of the ones we weren't sure were there. The first videos were a little shaky, but we got the gist of things. I'm gonna have to go with Hannah, Manny, Romeo. Oh man. We'll leave that fourth one open, maybe for Mark.
For Mark? Okay.
I have faith in Mark. He's spunky. But again, I have the fortune of knowing a lot of these players, like meeting them in real life. I got to play with Jerica and a few other players in live games, playing online games. There's maybe just like 3 I don't know. And I mean, that cast is just, even Jake, I'm rooting for him as well. I can't tell you one person in the cast that I'm not rooting for.
Exactly. Same here. It's a huge cast and they're all such great people. So speaking of great people, they were all surprised though. They threw a big twist at them. So typically how Mayhem Manor is played, you do like a tally pick about who you want your partner to be. And throughout the game, you're played in partners. This season, not quite so much. Susan, tell us what happened.
So they asked 4 people to volunteer randomly, didn't really tell them what it was going to be for. And the first 4 that stood up, Neville told them that they were captains and they would be doing a schoolyard pick to pick their teams. It should have been 4 teams of 10, but due to people not being able to show up, I want to say it's 4 teams of 8 or 9, but one team has an extra player on it. The person that was picked last as an advantage got to pick the team he wanted to go to. So one team has 1 extra player.
Now, I didn't catch who was the last player. Did you catch who that last player was?
No, again, it was kind of breaking up. I know the coverage, everybody using the Wi-Fi, storms, rain, any little thing nowadays can set off our phones. I mean, you've done it with live games where you're like, oh, you missed that part. And I'm sure we'll get updates later and they'll figure more out, but it's always happens. The things you want to hear, that's when live just doesn't want to work anymore.
Mm-hmm. And I'm super excited to see at 10 a.m. I guess they get more rules about how the game is going to progress from here. So I'm super excited to see the change of from pairs to teams, and especially big teams. I know one of our commentators, Ame, she said it's kind of like Survivor now.
And all them people there know how to play their Survivor. So it's going to be really interesting, really fast.
And I know this is a great switch up too, because I know the cast is revealed essentially before the game from this. So this really puts players on their toes. Like they were probably planning on something, and then this totally switches things up on them.
Oh,
So
yeah, they
I'm
have
excited to
like
see
2 or 3 months in between being announced and the game starting. So, you can build bonds way early before the game even starts. So I think this will mix it up a lot. I mean, you're not guaranteed to be with your people. I think the teams are split up greatly, to be quite honest.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Now, you didn't get to join us really on the full cast assessment, and we are waiting for some possible live coverage to kick in with the Mayhem House any moment now, so that should be exciting. Your picks, you said Hannah, Romeo, Manny, and you had one more. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last
We're
one.
going to have to give that one to Mark.
To Mark, okay.
But there's so many great ones there. Again, I mean, Bill's there. Great social game. Santiago. These guys they know how to play. I don't really know who to root for.
Yeah, I hear Santiago is kind of a louder player, so that could get him in trouble from our initial
He's
cast assessment.
He plays the villain, and he's proud of it. One of the first games I ever played was with Santiago online about 7 years ago. So he is just all around. Absolutely. He's there to game. He's there to compete, and he doesn't hold the grudges. He wants you to compete as well, but he also knows how to sit back and let the others do what they got to do and then pop up out of nowhere. So, but all of them have their own strategy and stuff. I mean, this is going to be a great season. Tomorrow, 15 people leave without the comeback. What is that? Like usually an average? I can't wait to see all the drama and the tears. Not that I enjoy watching them crying, but
hey, Jamie, thanks for tuning in. Correct me if I'm wrong, Susan. I think Jamie played a season of Mayhem.
Jamie played last season of Mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mayhem usually casts 40 people, so it leaves a wide variety. They do let some people come back. Last season it was half the people were comeback people, half the people were new. This season, I'm going to go with it's probably a little bit more people that came back versus newer people. But I'm imagining, again, with the pandemic, everything was shortened and they wanted to get the game going. So
absolutely. Just to bring it up on screen right here. There you go, Susan. I made your winner picks.
Yes. But they're all winners. They all got out. Everybody, any kind of live game, Big Brother, challenge game, Mayhem Manor, Survivor, get off the couch, go do one. I promise the best thing you'll ever do for yourself.
Now, Susan, we didn't really get a proper introduction. What brings you to the live game scene here? What's your experience like?
I played 2 live games, both Survivor. The first live game that I played was my first experience being out without food, sleeping on the ground, and I did it and I made it to 3rd. And then the next time I did it, I made it to 1st. So I had really good experiences. I've never been a jury hardly, voted out. So I've had nothing but a great experience with live games. I assure you there are people that are like, I'm voted out every time. And That's why I won't play no more, because I landed at a good spot. I'm okay
You're
with it.
you're retiring at a high point in your
But I love
LRG
going
career.
out and watching other people play. We never have a problem going out to help production with anything they need, whether it's just little things, big things. I'm all for it. I mean, we all love these reality TV shows. It's great that we get to play them. I think more people should get out and play them and see what it's like, you know?
Mm-hmm. Now let me see if I can pull up some live coverage that happened earlier in the night here, and we can kind of pick out the teams and kind of see maybe one team is more strategic looking, and then maybe one is more physical, because I know these competitions are both physical and mental in this series. So that's really neat to see the mix. Yeah, let's see here. Let's start with this team right here. It looks like this initial team is looks like we have Hannah, one of your picks,
Mm-hmm.
Matt, one of Ame's picks, Marcelino, I think that was one of Destiny's picks, Tabitha, which we really liked. We thought her picture really was very expressive, and she came to rock it out. Clayton, Alex, and Bill. I think that team is pretty much set pretty well. They're very physical, and they have a good. I don't know. I don't know who typically their puzzle person would be in that sense.
I'm gonna say Mark and Bill.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with Mark and Bill. I think Marcelino and Hannah are gonna be their strongest as far as endurance-y, something stronger. But it's a strong team. I mean, I don't think they're weaker or stronger than the other two for the exact same reasons.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's see if I can try to pull up that video that I had up here just a moment ago.
I know it always works like that. I was hoping Neville would post us a list to make it easier for us, but he's enjoying the festivities with them, I'm
Oh,
sure.
of course, you would have to. So it looks like a lot of fun, as you can see. Like, I'm gonna try to get to where the teams are chosen. So, oh, let's talk a little bit about the new host here,
Lance.
Lance. Lance has played a number of live reality games, that's for sure. I don't think I can even count that high sometimes. I'm joking, but
And he's played a lot of different varieties: Survivor, Big Brother, The Amazing Race, Twist Thing one. So many.
Yeah.
So he definitely knows how these games are run.
Mm-hmm.
And he's such a character too. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy watching him? He's got
For
jokes,
sure, and
and
he's
he's
got a
so
great personality, and he's makes great for a host person. So, we had a little bit of comments here from our viewers at home. Looks like Stacy would agree with Mark and Bill being definitely the puzzle people. I know Bill has a long history of reading anything, and he talked about I don't know, I think he's a teacher too, if I'm
yeah.
not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. He teaches speech and English at a college.
Oh, okay.
So he's very when he speaks, you listen. He's perky. He's got that attitude where you're just like, yeah, you could pick me up. Bill's a great guy.
And just based on his physique, he looks pretty in shape, I guess you could say.
Yes. Half of Bill's
so
posts are about going to the gym. So there are no danger of being weak this team at all.
let's see here. So I'm pulling up some video of the teams, and we'll try to see as much as we can. Maybe we can break the teams down from this. Maybe not, but hey, it's worth a shot. So let's see here. Eeny, meeny.
Yeah, I know it's kind of hard to see where they're split up at.
So it looks like on this right side, I'm not sure who this guy is, but we have, is that Slade?
Slade.
Say, Susan, you know these people more than I do already, so.
I think that's Conrad in the shirtless with the bottoms.
Okay.
That's Matthew. No, there's Peyton is the blonde-headed Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, that's Peyton. Okay.
I don't know who that is in front of Peyton, if that's Evie or...
Let's continue. Let's see how it goes. So it looks like they're discussing like who they're going to pick. Looks like it really wasn't like one person making the decision. It looks like they were
Yeah, they
working as
think
a
they
team.
shared.
So,
They just had to be that person that picked.
and was that Evie?
Mm-hmm.
That was one of our fan favorite. That's for sure. So,
And then Hannah went with the boys.
I'm not sure who the one in the bikini is. The red bikini. Do you know who that is?
No, I do not know who she is.
And even going over the cast assessment the other day, I'm not quite even sure who it is.
Like I said, there's maybe one or two I don't know.
Stacy says that's Dominique. So
Dominique, okay.
thank you, Stacy.
It's hard to tell faces from their pictures. Sometimes it looks the same. Or, I mean, again, the people I know, I'm like, oh, I know their Skype picture. And then there's Corian. Oh, my God, Corian's there. Maybe I'm going to have to change one of my top 4.
I didn't give you the official cast list, Susan. So, and honestly, I don't know the official cast list. So I can't wait to see.
Don't know, Corian was on Wheel of Fortune one time.
What, really? Wheel of Fortune? I love Wheel of Fortune.
Again, like I said, I have the pleasure of knowing half these people playing on a personal level. So it's great to watch them. I'm like, I don't know who I want to root for more.
Yeah. On a personal level, Vanna White is my all-time idol. So Vanna White, if you're watching at home, huge fan. Oh, Stacy says Josh is actually in the bikini. Now that I did not see coming. So
okay. And then the guy before that was Emmanuel. He went to that 4th team.
Okay. And I think it was based on colors too. I think one's red, white, and blue team, and there's a green team, I want to say.
Yeah, red, white, blue, green.
Mm-hmm. Up, and then there we are. Is that the last person? We talked about that.
That was the last person, so he got to pick. So they had 9, so each team should have. He went to Hannah's team.
And he's bringing the team an advantage, or did he get a personal advantage? I didn't quite catch the difference.
That was his personal advantage to be able to pick the team he wanted to be on.
Gotcha. And, so it's an advantage
he goes
in any...
to has 9, so all the other teams have 8.
Thank you, Beth. Beth says he went to the green team, so...
Yeah, so green team has 9 players.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure, but based on the last name, isn't there a contestant? Chris?
Chris Gardner, yes. How do you say his last name?
Gardner.
I'm sorry, I was asking Cody. Gardner? Chris Gardner?
There we go. We have our cast there. So I'm super excited to check in with them tomorrow and find all the details. Hopefully tonight doesn't go too late for them, of course, because it's always best to rest up before challenge day.
Or so we think that.
Beth, thanks for checking out our stuff here. We were supposed to be joined.
Okay, there he goes. She explained how I'm saying it. I'm sorry, I mess up last names first.
We're checking in with Mayhem Manor. I know they were doing some connection issues, so they probably were taking care of that before they joined this live stream, but we'll check back in with them tomorrow. That is for sure. It looks like super fun.
So everybody set your alarm. They'll be starting at 10 a.m. and regardless of how hard they party, they start on time. They got a lot of people to get eliminated tomorrow, so it'll move fast.
If you are Not yet in the private group. Just search Mayhem Manor, Florida vacation. This is a fantastic vacation. A little bit easier for a lot of people to get to in years before, and it's totally open for everyone to apply for the upcoming season. So yeah, make sure you check it out with us. Susan will be joining us all weekend, I believe, on these podcasts, and we have a very wide array of podcasters here to provide their coverage. A lot of people have played before, and a lot of people have experience from different live reality games. So I can't wait to check in with the cast.
And we'll
tomorrow.
probably be able to get the people that were eliminated to come on and cry and tell you how hard it was and stuff. And I know it sounds evil, but that's like the best part. That means they just wanted it. That's how much it means to everybody. So that'll be good to check in too.
And it really gives them a chance to discuss why they got eliminated, or perhaps like a special feeling or something they learned about themselves in this live game experience. It's been a great stepping stone for a lot of people, and a lot of people take these events out of it. So it's really good.
All right. Well, I can't wait to talk to you guys tomorrow.
Yep. We'll catch back in later with our Mayhem Manor coverage. Till then, everyone, have a great night.